Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Pam Lippett from the Hill Street Group. And this morning I'm here with Ilene Mitz and Loren Stewart of the home team at Real Estate One. And as I started talking with them before, I said, I'm really sad that we're not at Lisa's Cafe having an omelet this morning because it's where we normally see each other. So shout out to Lisa's because it's just the best little cafe in town. So this morning, as you know, I've been having different spotlights on small business because I think it's really important right now to really showcase what people do all year long, in and out. And now we're going to just add that extra little bonus of a pandemic. So this, because, we were bored. I'm going to introduce Ilene and Loren to talk a little bit about themselves. In full disclosure, Ilene and I have known each other since we were young kids. You're probably the person I've interviewed that I've known the longest. So we have to be careful because we can both tell tales. And Loren and I met a few years ago. So this is a great opportunity. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity.
So tell us a little bit about, just yourselves, how you got here to the home team and, kind of how the trajectory of life took you.
You go first.
Okay, so I have been doing real estate for now 25 years. I have been with Real Estate One for 24 of them. Loren and I began the home team about 10 years ago. And we started from scratch in together, and we really have really blended together well, and our thoughts and the way we process our work and do our work is really blended nicely. So we've discovered that we had a good fit, a good team, and we've really had some wonderful, wonderful clients. And at this point, we are really, I would say, 90% referral based. We do get new clients through our open houses or postings on Facebook and Instagram, but majority of our business is referral based.
That really says a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So
it is. If you don't get referrals in this type of business, you're having to work much harder.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you work hard from the beginning, you get it.
Right.
So I've been in the business about 18 years. I would have never thought myself to be a real estate agent. I don't come through a very traditional lifestyle. I was pretty alternative most of my life. I lived in Scotland for 20 odd years in a spiritual community, and then came back to the States, and I owned Dakota Bread. And so,
okay, the best Dakota Bread. We'll just give Dakota. There's new owners, but we'll give a great shout out to Dakota Bread at 15 and Orchard. I've even baked bread there for a birthday party. So
there you go. Good.
Okay, so what took you from Dakota Bread to real estate?
Well, I was a wandering Jew, so I kept going back to Scotland, and you can't really run a business like that, especially a bakery. So we built it to a successful business, created a great product, as you know, and sold it. And so I thought I was going back to Scotland to stay, but then came back here. I was I knew another realtor. I was involved with another realtor in a relationship, and so I just suggested to her that I join her in her business, which I did. We didn't stay together very long after that, but I actually had met Ilene in the business, and that's when we began. So now I live with this realtor, and like we said, we've been together about 11 years, and we live, breathe, eat, sleep this business.
Yeah, I love watching your posts on Facebook. So I will say, I'm just going to show your Facebook page, because I think that's probably the best place if people are watching this, when people watch this, for them to find you and see what's going on, including sometimes you baking or preparing food. So I know Ilene is always famous for her one fish, two fish t-shirt. So that's always a good photo. So tell me a little bit about what a normal, I mean, there's no such thing now as a normal day, but what a normal day used to look like and how that's kind of transitioned at the moment.
Well, back in the day, the beginning of the year,
5 months ago.
Yeah,
right. We used to fairly regularly, we'd go into the office. We have an office that's probably right in the middle of the office layout. And we get a lot of agents and people in our office asking questions, needing help, which we're always happy to provide, but it sort of takes away from what you're trying to focus on sometimes. So when we got pushed to home office from the pandemic, we all of a sudden realized that we were able to be a lot more focused on what we were doing. We seemed to get more work done being here. My office is now the dining room table. Loren's office is one of the bedroom desks. So it's working out fairly well. We just made a transition. If you have to, if you're being pushed into another direction, you really try to figure out as quickly as you can, okay, this is what it is.
Right.
What am I going to do now? And how are we still going to reach out to people? We were making phone calls. I mean, for a while we were in home. That was it. You could not show listings. You could not go into listings. You could not do anything, but you could still reach out to clients.
Right.
We reached out to people that we kept saying,
we should call so-and-so. We should do this. We should do that. So we actually now have the time to do it, and we did it. And it's really shifted us into a whole different way of doing business. We're much more involved in social media than we were, because it's a gateway to see people. We are certainly using our telephone to call our past clients like we've always been instructed to do since day one in real estate.
Right.
You just forget and you get busy and life comes in. So we did that, and the real estate market here in Michigan opened up May 7th. We were added as essential personnel. So when that happened, showings began, everything was allowed at that point, and we went out and we haven't stopped.
And you think the market's as busy as it was, or
Busier.
Because those 3 months have to be added in, where people were like on pause and then said, okay, it's open, let's go.
Right. And the market statistics show, if you compare this year and last year, we're still slightly behind total wise. However, if you compared June this year to June last year, it's way above with the sales.
Right.
And it really is such a seller's market right now, because there's not enough inventory for the amount of desire for the buyers. So really, if you're a seller and you're on the fence, it's time to jump off the fence and give us a call, because you're going to get more money now, and the interest rates are so low. It's almost buying a house for free.
Wow. I'd like to buy a house for free.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm putting up a little ticker across the bottom. It's got your phone number and your website and your email. So if people are out there thinking, I'm not sure, should they just call and chat with you to find out about what you think right now?
Absolutely, because not only do they get our expertise as far as the real estate part of it, but we work in conjunction with, Real Estate One. Max Brook has set up a one-stop shop. We have the Realtors. We have wonderful mortgage people who have really low rates and low costs and just about any program somebody needs. We have insurance people that have every insurance company, and we'll do the comparisons for you and see what you need and what's best for you. And we have a wonderful title company that really monitors the transaction and sends us our emails in a way that they won't get hacked. So,
Okay. So everything's encrypted.
Yeah, everything is covered. And there's a couple special programs. If they use all of this, which of course nobody has to use it all,
Right.
but they get a credit at closing. And for first responders, they even have a program to give money off to any first responders within the mortgage company.
Okay, that's phenomenal. And I'm going to expect to see that on your Facebook page and on your LinkedIn page whenever I go to it.
Okay.
Because that's really important right now, and that should be your banner. So I'm gonna help you create a new banner for your page.
Thank you.
It really pushes that forward, because that's really a wonderful thing.
It is. They really, it's John Adams Mortgage, and they're really the largest brokerage here in Michigan, or one of the largest. I mean, they really do well for us, and they really respond to the markets. Like, we had to change, they had to change. Everybody has to. If you don't progress with what is happening, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah, I think so. My background is in communications, and one of the most important things is the ability to pivot. And I just heard I don't remember who said it, but a really interesting kind of like thing about, that you either are an active listener, or you're waiting to say what you were planning on saying. And when you communicate, and when you're especially in home sales, you have to be listening to that client and pick up and follow that thread of what the client is maybe saying behind what they're saying.
Correct.
Yes.
So that you can figure it out. And that's why you guys are successful.
Yeah.
So that's really good to hear. And so what do you think the future is going to be? You think you're going to go back to an office? You think you're going to spiff up that extra bedroom and make it a true office?
Well, I don't know. What do you think? At this point, we do go into the office here and there, but most times we're working here, or if we're not out on the road,
Right.
Our office is the largest in Oakland County. We have over 130 agents in our office in West Bloomfield.
Really?
And the synergy that runs around that office is really important too. So I don't think we'll give up our office, but I know we're going to work from both places more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
We realized we didn't have to quite be there in order to make it happen.
And before you thought that.
We have to be,
And
I was such a 9 to 5 thinker. It's like, we have to go into the office. If we're not out there, we have to go into the office. But this really pushed us to say, no, we don't have to be in that setting, because we can't be. We make the setting here, and you just push it.
Do it. You just do it. I think
I don't have to wear my bow tie anymore.
Yes, you do, because we still have closings.
Closings.
That's your thing. Your bow tie at the closing.
Yeah.
You watch for those pictures.
Yes.
We need to see more of those. You guys are.
You're there.
You guys, I think as a worldwide community, we're all kind of in this together, and I talk to friends in different countries pretty often. And so we compare notes of what your country is doing versus what our country is doing, but everybody's doing something. Yeah. Everybody's got to figure it out right now. And I think that there's things that we've kind of lost out on. A memory thing came up in Facebook today of something 5 years ago where I was at something with 1,000 people. And I thought, when's that going to happen? Is that going to happen again? I think in the beginning we thought, when will that happen? And I still want to hold on to that. And I think that, a crowded open house will happen. It's just going to be a matter of time.
I mean, we do have open houses and they have been
Yeah.
crowded, but we monitor them very clearly. We don't let too many people in at one time.
Mhm.
And we
And there's two of us.
keep them separate if they're in the house together. I mean, it's
Right.
protocol,
Right.
masking, and shoes covered or
Right.
shoes off and things like that. It's been like that.
So Ilene, you've been in the real estate business a lot longer than Loren.
Yeah.
Speak to the difference of when you were out doing this yourself and when you have a partner that you're doing this together. Like how that changes mentally and how the opportunities change.
It's interesting because when I started, obviously I was younger and I worked by myself. So everything, I did everything. I did all the showings, I did open houses. What I didn't realize is I'm doing open houses by myself. Back then, I didn't even think about, you might be putting yourself in a bad position.
Right.
So it didn't come until years later. It's like, oh, maybe, neither here nor there, because thankfully nothing bad happened. But now with a partner, things can be separated if we need to go in two different directions. Some people really enjoy a team better. We always make sure to go on the first listing appointment together so that they meet the team.
Oh, that's
they know they can talk either or whatever they need to give a call in, and they've always got both of us. I just wanted to also reassure people that the change now, because some sellers especially are holding off on listing because they're afraid of still the pandemic, which makes sense. But we have such safeguards in play. And even during the close down time, we sold a couple of homes.
Oh, wow.
Buyers never even got into the home until
way after closing.
Right before closing. But there's ways of doing it where there was 3D tours, everything. So we've got, we can answer their needs. We're here to sit and listen. And sometimes 4 ears are better than 2.
Right.
Because Loren hears things sometimes differently than I hear them. So then we can sort of, well, I heard this, and again, if we're not sure, if we're hearing them correctly, we will ask, is this what you mean? Is this what you want? So we're sure that we have understood what they're looking for.
I think, Pam, what we do is we actually push each other to be better people in our profession. We're constantly, like I said, we live, breathe, whatever this. So we're constantly talking about what we're doing with clients or with each other, how we're facing the world, how we can embrace what's going on, how we can help people through this troubled time. Yeah. That's another point I think that makes us very successful, is that, we really care about our clients. We really care about them. We listen to what their needs are, and then we answer them. I mean, that's my background of being an empathetic person and understanding how people work. I always tell people, she's the brains and I'm the beauty of the group. And that's what we usually get, is a nice little laugh. She is the brains. I will absolutely say that to you flat out. She is the smart one. I mean, she really knows real estate better than anybody that I know.
I put up something that I thought was interesting in the little profile piece you sent out, because I think it really speaks to you, that you're not just about the transaction, but you're about the people and helping them move to the next adventure. And yeah. I don't know your background as well, Loren, we know that, but I know that Ilene and I both come from families with sales in the background.
Yes.
And I think that there is something about sales that can translate to so many different professions, because really everything's about the sale. Yeah. Everything in the bottom line is about listening and about the sale. And I know your dad and my dad, may they both rest in peace, were very much, you could throw them into any situation and they could sell. We used to say my dad could sell like the wall in a house. So forget the rest of the house. He'd just sell the wall and and we'd move on with it. So I think that really shines through, and it speaks to kind of, our parents, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, our parents knew each other for a really long time.
Very long time.
Eileen's lucky to still have her mom, Beverly. So, it's a long haul we would know each other. It's kind of scary to think about, but I think that one of the things through this pandemic, I've connected with some friends that I haven't talked to in 30 or 40 years and had great conversations. So have you found that like spark that you can hang on to that's like, oh, you know what? With all the bad, this is the good.
Yes. And we've tried to really even, that's what we try to help our clients do, even in not a time of pandemic, because when you're a real estate agent, there's so many different hats that you have to wear.
Mm-hmm.
And one is really being a counselor, because it's the largest transaction somebody's going to have in their lives. And sometimes it brings a bit of stress. Sometimes even with married couples or couples that are getting together and buying their first home together, sometimes they can start, it can start causing a little friction, and, we have to try to smooth things over. So really it's all about walking them through from beginning to end and really hearing everything and going not just about the dollars and cents.
I think what you said is true, though. I think this time does have its silver lining, Pam. I think, are we thinking differently? Are we acting differently? Or what's more important in our lives? What's really the bottom thing that keeps us moving forward? We've had a lot more time to sit in our little sanctuary over there and meditate and really come into ourselves and understand again who I am, who Ilene is, and how we gel together. And that's how we think of the world. Yeah.
Those are wonderful things. So we're running up against about a half hour, which is about the length of these things. So tell, and people are watching, just so you know. So if you're watching, feel free to comment. And if you're watching this in playback or later, it will be hopefully on Ilene and Loren's we'll put this back up. It will be on the Home Team website, so you can learn a little bit more about real estate agents you really want to work with.
Okay.
And then, but comment, tell us where you're watching from, and this will be a great opportunity to really take a look at what's going on in the real estate world today. So, final thoughts from you guys?
Final thoughts. We really appreciate being here with you and having this new avenue of reaching out to people, talking to people, and it's a great market. We're here.
I look forward to having breakfast with you again.
I know. Well, actually, I here's the thing. I think next time we should sit at the same table.
There you go.
Okay. It's a deal. I'm not quite ready to be inside a restaurant yet, but when I am, that'll be the first restaurant I'm ready to go to.
Perfect. Lisa's, everybody, at Orchard and 13. Just a little shout out to Lisa.
Yeah, maybe we can get Lisa to do one of these. We'll have to read
it. She would love it.
I know. She's great. Okay, we're promoting other places. We're not getting any kickback. We're not getting a free breakfast. But the difference of walking in there and just the warmth that pervades the area, the place, and the regulars, and it's really quite wonderful. So maybe you can meet some future clients there because of that.
We have picked up clients from that restaurant, but I think you mentioned it with Lisa in their heart, and I think that's part of why we're so successful, because we're in this with our hearts. It's not just a mind or a living. It is full on. We so care about our clients and that everything works out well for them. And that's what comes through for us, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, folks, this has been our little spotlight on small business with
Thank
the
you.
home team and Ilene Mitz and Loren Stewart. And we're really excited. I'll be back tomorrow with Gina Adams. And Gina has a company called Wearology, and they are making adaptive buttons for people with dexterity issues that are magnets. And it's a great new little business and startup. So, hope you'll be watching tomorrow too. So have a good day, everyone, and see you soon.
Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you,
Thank
Pam.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.